Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining the podcast once again. This is Double A Club. You can catch us on Spotify, iHeart Radio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and whatever podcast you use to try to listen to podcasts. This is our second part of our first YouTube series. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Doriscarmen.
And I'm Jaylanie.
And just so sorry to clear my throat. Just so the people who are watching, Jaylanie, if you guys watched the first episode that I had with Doriscarmen, Jaylanie is her daughter, and this is the person who the actual events of the podcast of the story happened to. So she wants to be on the podcast to tell her story, and hopefully more people will be educated on seeing some of these signs, and also maybe the children that are going through this um can build up bravery to say something. So would you like to start off by telling your side of the story, Jaylani?
It started when we were on a trip to Miami, and there was this night where we were staying over there, and all of the adults they wanted to go out. So then we had our older cousins like babysit like us younger kids, and we ended up falling asleep. Like everybody fell asleep, and then the adults came home, and then everybody was just going to their rooms in the Airbnb, and my dad had came in with a woman that he had met over there with at the place that they went to. I don't know what place they went to, but all I know is that they went out. And he came back with some women, and they were in the room, and they were they were like sleeping in the same bed, and I was in another bed where I was supposed to be sleeping with my dad because I didn't like sleeping by myself. So then I ended up starting to sleep with my dad, and I was sleeping with my dad, and then I felt him like start taking off my clothes and doing stuff to me, and then I woke up, and then I told him what was he doing, and he had told me to just go back to sleep and that he wasn't doing anything, so I went back to sleep. And then after we left Miami, he didn't do it for a while until like one day he went out to like I think a club or something, and he came back drunk, and he did it again. He like carried me out of my grandparents' room, took me to his room, and started touching on me again. And then after that, like every time he would go out and get drunk, he would like do it again.
So this happened more than twice.
Yeah.
Okay. And why didn't you say something the first two times or maybe the third time? Like, why did you get the what happened when you did decide to tell your mom? What was like the difference between that time frame and not telling it earlier?
Because earlier he would tell me that if I told anybody, like he would say, if you tell anybody, something's gonna happen.
So he threatened you and you were scared.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how did you get the bravery to finally say something? Because I mean, that threat was still there. So what made you eventually say something?
It was this night where he was really mad, and I didn't want to go to his house. And I had, I didn't want to go back. And he was, really mad. So
Mhm.
then I ended up telling my mom what happened. And then we had went to the police and all of that.
So you can say, in a way, you felt a little bit safer.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you said something at the time. So before you didn't say anything is because you was unsafe, because you was living with your father at the time,
Yeah,
right? And at the time when you did decide to say something to your mom, you was not living with him.
I was living with my mom.
Okay, good. And so did he do anything more than just touch you? Did he actually try to like go in?
Yeah,
It did he it didn't happen, right?
no,
But he did try.
yeah.
And yeah, I feel a little uncomfortable trying to ask these questions with you because you're so young. But I don't want this to see. I have children myself, right? And my daughter didn't go through something like that, but she was she was being catfished by someone older online, and he was trying to talk to her, and I maybe hopefully he was trying to lead her to somewhere. So like as a father, I don't I don't I don't want that to happen to any child. But